Imagine this, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. A family is asleep. Suddenly, a fire breaks out. Within minutes, the entire house is surrounded by flames. A fire truck comes racing around the corner. The firefighters jump out. One of them looks at a nearby fire hydrant. Just one glance. And instantly, he knows something that could decide whether this house survives. Not because he's lucky. Not because he's guessing. Because of its color. Red, orange, green, blue. To most people, they're just different colors. But to firefighters, they're a secret language. A code that tells them how much water that hydrant can deliver. And during a fire, knowing that before connecting a hose can save precious time. But here's the surprising part. This color system was never created to make cities look more organized. It was created because firefighters kept running into the same terrifying problem. They would connect their hoses, open the valve, and discover the hydrant couldn't deliver enough water. By then, the fire had already grown out of control. Homes were lost. Businesses burned. Entire neighborhoods were put at risk. So cities needed a better system. One that firefighters could understand in seconds. Without reading signs. Without checking maps. Just one look. And that's exactly what these colors do. But why these colors? Who invented them? And why does a blue hydrant sometimes matter far more than a red one? The answer goes back more than 100 years. For a long time, firefighters faced the same problem. Every hydrant looked almost identical. From the outside, there was no way to know what was happening inside. Some hydrants could release thousands of gallons every minute. Others could barely provide enough water to fight a small house fire. And firefighters often discovered the difference only after connecting the hose. Sometimes those lost seconds changed everything. As cities grew, engineers realized firefighters needed instant information. Not paperwork. Not maps. A simple signal visible from a distance. That's when color coding began to spread. But here's the biggest surprise. Most people believe a red hydrant must be the most powerful. After all, red usually means danger. Power. Importance. But in many places, that's completely wrong. According to common fire hydrant standards, a red hydrant usually delivers the lowest water flow. Often less than 500 gallons per minute. Enough for some situations. But not the strongest supply. Orange usually means a little better, green means even more water. And blue is often the champion. In many systems, a blue hydrant can deliver more than 1,500 gallons every single minute. That's enough to supply multiple fire hoses at the same time. Imagine that. The hydrant most people ignore could be delivering 3 times more water than another just a few streets away. But here's where things get even more interesting. Not every city uses exactly the same colors. So how do firefighters avoid making mistakes? The answer has everything to do with training, testing, and one surprisingly simple inspection. But here's something most people never realize. A fire hydrant doesn't keep the same water flow forever. As cities grow, new buildings appear. Pipes, upgraded Prushka changes. Even the same hydrant can perform differently years later. That's why fire departments don't just trust the paint. They test their hydrants regularly. During these tests, engineers measure exactly how much water a hydrant can deliver. If the flow changes, its color may change too. But here's another surprise. In many American cities, only the top or the caps are painted, not the entire hydrant. Why? Because the color is meant for firefighters, not for decoration. As long as the important part can be recognized quickly, the system works. And that's not all. Fire departments keep detailed maps showing the location of every hydrant. Today, many fire trucks even have computers that display nearby hydrants before they arrive. But technology can fail, power can go out, computers can crash, smoke can hide street signs. That's why one simple glance at a hydrant's color is still one of the fastest ways to understand its water supply. A tiny detail that most people walk past every day has quietly helped firefighters for generations. And there's one final fact almost nobody knows. The colors you see today aren't always required by law. So why do so many cities still follow nearly the same system? So does every city use exactly the same colors? Not always. Across America, many fire departments follow similar guidelines. But local rules can be different. That's why firefighters never rely on color alone. They combine training, hydrant testing, local knowledge, and modern technology. Together, they create a system designed to save lives. Because when a building is burning, nobody has time to guess. Every decision must happen within seconds. And that's exactly what these colors were designed to do. Not to make the streets look more colorful, but to tell a firefighter how much water might be available before the first hose is even connected. Think about it. Every day, millions of people walk past fire hydrants. Children play around them. Drivers park beside them. Most never give them a second thought. Yet those small patches of color could one day help firefighters protect a family, save a home, or stop an entire neighborhood from burning. Sometimes the most important inventions don't move, don't make noise, and don't ask for attention. They simply stand quietly, waiting for the day they're needed most. So the next time you see a red, orange, green, or blue fire hydrant, you won't just see a piece of painted metal. You'll see a silent code. One that helps firefighters make life-saving decisions in just a few seconds. And that's the hidden story behind why fire hydrants are different colors. If this video changed the way you look at something ordinary, subscribe to Story Behind the Things. Because we uncover the hidden stories behind the everyday things that quietly shape our world. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.